A beautiful family in suburbia, Colorado, all thrown away in a single night. The search gets underway for a pregnant mother and her two young daughters as an illicit affair comes to light. A deceiving, loving husband is brought to the spotlight as the truth is slowly discovered. Are you ready, Biss?
I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
I'm Chris Watts, WATTS.
What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, if they went in a car, or they went somewhere. And right now, it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened?
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 and that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, say but she never got back to me. But she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well, and that's what really concerned a lot of people. Is like if she's not getting back to her, like if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. Like she gets busy during the day. But she didn't get back to her people, which was very concerning, and Nicole called me when she was at the door, and that's when I came home. And then walked in the house, and nothing was vanished. Nothing was here. I mean, she wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here.
What's your wife's name?
Shanann, SHANNN.
What's your kids?
Bella and Celeste.
And you spell it Celeste.
CELESTE.
Do you hear that huge
Bella's
gulp?
4, Celeste is 3.
And so, how many times
Forced
did
to
you
say their names.
I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times just to say, what's going on? Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like
After that.
maybe she was just busy. Like she had just gotten back.
Come on, Duffy
like
Duck.
everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona, and I figured she was just busy. But when her friend showed up, that's what it was like. It registered. Like, all right, this isn't right.
You think she just took off? Do you think?
I mean, right now I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like,
Speculate.
I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. But
Lies.
I mean, could she just take it off? I don't know. But if somebody has her and they're not safe, like I want them back now. Like that's what's in my head. Like if they're safe right now, they're gonna come back. But if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Like if they're not safe, last night I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door, just like barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen. And it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
You can ask some kind of tough questions about your relationship with the kids.
My kids are my life. I mean, those smiles light up my life. And it's like, last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I missed telling them, hey, you gotta eat that, or you're not gonna get your dessert. Just like you're not gonna get your snack after. I missed that. Like I missed them. Cuddle up on their couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch, Guppies or something. And it was just like, it was tearing me apart last night, and I needed that. I needed that last night, and for nobody to be here last night and to go into their rooms and know that I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on, and I know that I wasn't going to turn their monitor on, no, I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. It was.
How did you know that?
That's why last night was just horrible.
How did
I
you
couldn't
know
do
that?
I want everybody to just come home. Right, wherever they're at, come home. That's what I want.
So where's she going?
That's a lot.
That totally speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does.
It's actually stunning to watch.
It really is. To listen, watch, to see his body language, to see way he's moving, just to listen.
And it makes total sense whenever Tammy said, as soon as we watched him on that news footage, she was like, I knew we had to talk to him like right now. Because that was apparently speaking volumes to them as they watched it as well.
I think that spoke volumes to so many people. Because I remember watching it going, something's not right here. Something's not right with this case.
I know.
All right. You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right.
So, what is up, my crime crazy people? Welcome to Veil of Humanity, and we are your hosts, Melonie Yelvington
And Kimberly Taylor.
Today we're bringing y'all the infamous case of Chris Watts, who on August 13th, 2008, killed his pregnant wife, Shanann, daughters Bella and CeCe, and their unborn son, Nico, in Frederick, Colorado. All because he wanted to be with another woman.
Yeah. So y'all, grab your favorite beverage and a pillow to scream into as we dive into a very dark case. We do have trigger warnings in place. We will be discussing murder, child's death, and pregnancy termination.
Oh, also, we're a fan of the cursey words. Just like our fellow podcasters at Killer Queens. And shout out to those ladies.
Shout out, ladies. Love y'all. Excuse me. Okay, Miss. I know you remember this case as if it happened yesterday. You know, I think this has to be one of our most discussed cases.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
In fact, I think this is one of the cases that actually got us into talking about doing a podcast. If not the actual case. Because I believe we were watching the Netflix special and we're thinking, man, we really should do a podcast.
I think so. I think you're right.
You know, like I was saying, you know, I still remember watching the news footage and live and just thinking, wow, he's lying. Something's wrong. You know, this isn't right. This case is just really off.
Yeah.
You know, just from that body language of his, the way he held his weird gaze with the interviewer, like he was dead on, like just
That's called a romancer.
romancer. Yes, that's right.
Isn't that called a romancer?
Yes, where they just hold your gaze and just stare. Well, and it gets a little creepy. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. Shanann Catherine Rusak. You know, her parents called her Shannon, but we're gonna respect her because she wanted to be called Shanann.
Shanann. I like it.
I do too.
It's beautiful, just like her.
Yes. Was born on January 10th, 1984. Shout out to my fellow Capricorn. Gotta love them. In New Jersey to Frank and Sandra Ruchak. She has one sibling, a brother, Frankie Jr. You know, she grew up in Aberdeen, North Carolina. Before meeting and marrying White, she would marry she would marry and go through a bitter divorce to a man named Leonard King.
Oh, I didn't know his name.
Yes, I didn't either, and I was going through and doing my research, and I found his name out. So, you know, this taught her to be more self-independent. So, at the age of 25, she bought her first house. You know, she didn't come from money. So, buying this house, and it was a very large, extravagant house. You know, this was a huge accomplishment for her.
Yeah. I saw pictures of it too.
It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
So, you know, she definitely worked her ass off for all of this. You know, not long after buying this, she started to feel very run down, tired, and have flu-like symptoms. Not sure what was going on. That's when she went to the doctor and she would be diagnosed with lupus. And for those that don't know what lupus is, according to the Mayo Clinic, lupus is defined as a disease that occurs when your body's immune system attacks your own tissues and organs. It is an autoimmune disease. Inflammation caused by lupus can affect many different body systems, including your joints, skin, kidneys, blood cells, brain, heart, and lungs. Due to this disease, she would no longer be able to continue working.
Mm.
A lot of people with advanced stages usually end up on disability. So it's a very rough disease.
Yeah.
But
I remember her saying in one of her videos that it's very hard to get people to understand that I look fine on the outside, but I don't feel okay on the inside.
exactly.
So,
That's unfortunate with an autoimmune disease is you look fine on the outside, but the inside of your body is completely torn up and messed up. And a lot of people don't understand that. So,
true.
Christopher Lee Watts was born May 16th, 1985 in Spring Lake, North Carolina to Ronnie and Cindy Watts. He also has one sibling, a sister named Jamie Lynn Williams. So, Shanann met Watts back in 2010 through Facebook, which is the year that we met and became besties.
Yes, it is. 2010.
Yes. It's also the year I met my great husband. It started with a friend request for the two. You know, she was reluctant at first, but he was the pursuer in this case. And
Didn't he just like request to be her friend or something? Or she requested to be his friend? She's like, hey, I probably won't go anywhere, but I'll see if I'll be his friend.
exactly. She was like, hey, you know, well, I like all friends
We'll
on
probably never
Facebook.
meet anyways or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, it ended up they met and just kind of went from there. You know, she eventually fell head over heels in love with him because he stood by her side through her illness,
Yeah.
which is a pretty big deal.
Wasn't it their first date that he just let her lay on his lap
Yeah,
for like 3 hours and wouldn't move?
just because she did not feel good. I mean, I'm going to say that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty supportive.
It is. You know, she
Yeah.
would go on to say that he was the best man that she had ever met. Yeah.
Best thing that ever happened to her.
The two married on November 3rd in 2012 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Watt's parents did not attend the wedding.
I didn't realize Xavier was living in Charlotte where they got married.
Really?
Yeah, Xavier and sorry, my son.
Oh,
He was living in Charlotte. I didn't realize that. Shoot, I missed out on that trip.
oh man.
Man, okay.
I would love to visit the graveside and leave.
I would too.
And leave
It's
something.
absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
So, the couple's first daughter, Bella Marie, was born in December 17th of 2013, and then they welcomed their second daughter, Celeste Catherine CeCe, on July 15th of 2015. Shanann was only 15 weeks pregnant with their third child, the couple's first son, Nico Lee, at the time of the murders. She was due in January of 2019.
January 2019. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, she was 15 weeks. 15 weeks pregnant. It
looked. Yeah. I can only imagine what.
yeah. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Breathe.
Calm down. Let me
breathe.
calm down. Let me calm down.
So, in April of 2013, after the pair had visited Colorado and fell in love with the state, they decided to move there from North Carolina. Which I can see that. We've been once, and Colorado is just absolutely gorgeous.
I can imagine.
I mean,
I just don't do cold very well.
I don't either, but I can see the appeal to move to Colorado.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It is.
But I'll stay inside where it's warm.
I will view it from the warmth of my cabin or, you know, the house.
On my fireplace.
Yes, while I'm all bundled up. Eating some yummy sausage dip.
Yes, sausage dip.
So they bought a home in Frederick, Colorado, and Watts took a job with Anadarko Petroleum. She was involved with a MLM, multi-level marketing, called Thrive, which is where they wear the little patches. I don't know a lot about it. I didn't look into a lot about it, but y'all don't come for me for MLMs. I don't do them. So in June 2015, the couple filed for bankruptcy due to credit card bills, medical bills, and student loan debt.
Because didn't she have a surgery or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like her neck surgery or something?
One
She
of
was
her
a car
sur-
accident?
I think think so.
I think
She
it
had
was a
all
car
these,
accident.
all the debts were just adding up at this point, and
Plus the girls' medical bills
yes, and
for
then
the allergies and.
but they had a $3,000 monthly mortgage as well, and a $600 car payments that took a majority of their income.
Why do they have a car payment?
Well, he had a work truck, but she still had to have a car.
But I thought she got that car from Thrive for doing so well.
But I don't think it was free. I think you still have to pay for a portion of it.
Oh.
So, what I didn't know is that they were also sued by the HOA company for unpaid fees.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it like a year long or something? Like a year of not paying or something?
Something like that, yeah. And they didn't pay their fees. I don't know if most people know that, but, an HOA can foreclose on your house and take it from you.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I've known a couple people who were in that danger zone of it. So that's
quite scary, actually.
It is. Especially the way some of these HOA fees are getting nowadays.
I didn't know they have that much power and control.
They do.
And
If
stuff.
you read your fine print, people,
I
read
know.
the fine print in your contracts.
That just makes me say I will never live in an HOA area.
I will never live in another one. So Shanann was a vlogger, a video blogger. And she vlogged about her family and her business. She loved to show off those sweet girls. She loved to show off, the loving side of Chris. Her sweet little dog, just everything. Of course, that
Dieter. That's how she would say it. Dieter.
kind of like when I'm like, Bronchi, come here, Bronchi. I love my Broncolicious. But yeah, she would show off and make all these little videos for Facebook, and that's how she talked about, did her marketing for her business and got people in, and so it really does provide to get out there and show your faces and talk, and she loved just to show off the girls. There's some sweet little videos out there
because they're so cute.
Yes, in fact, this is how she announced her pregnancy. And I think most people have seen this cute little video where she gets on there and she's got the shirt on that says, "Oops, we did it again."
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Oh, yes. Her closet, too.
Look at him.
We did it again. I like that shirt. Really? That's awesome. So pink means...
That's just the test.
I know. It just says the pink is going to be girls.
I know. It's the test.
That's awesome.
So, I honestly, he doesn't sound like he's very happy.
Well, the part that gets me is just kind of when he just goes, wow.
Yeah. And he's like, wow.
Yeah.
That part got me, too, because it's just like,
Like,
you need to be...
hello? Anything else in there? Wow.
Yeah. Like, excuse me, sir, you know what causes babies. You know what did this.
You was tangoing.
Mm-hmm.
And you was not alone. Anyways.
So, in my opinion, he doesn't seem too happy about it. He's just like, wow. Like we said. So, I also want to show the video that when she showed the girls. Because to me, it's the cutest and sweetest video.
It is.
So, give me 1 second.
And I like how they fed off of each other,
They were so
at the
cute.
announcement.
Yes.
It's like if one was gonna be happy, the other one was gonna be happy. If the other one wasn't happy, they wasn't gonna be happy.
Exactly.
They were gonna do it together, whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
cute.
Guess what, girls? Mommy has a baby in her belly. Are you guys excited? Yes? Are you really excited? Oh my goodness. Now give me a hug. Oh.
So
I love
sweet.
you, girl. You want to give the baby a hug? I
Aww.
love you, Bella. You're so sweet. Give me a kiss. Yes, baby. Hey, Bella, how many babies do I have in my belly?
Oh, that one's a good one too.
5.
5.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's a lot of babies.
That's shocking.
Yes.
You better grow up really quickly. 'Cause I need help.
I love little ones.
You didn't kiss the baby?
Give the baby kisses.
You kiss the baby in the morning and at night? Before bed? You're so funny.
The girls are so sweet. Oh my gosh, beautiful little girls.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, Bess, my crime crazy people. I need everyone to breathe right now. Get your pillows ready to scream as we are at the date in question. August 13th, 2018. Shanann is returning from her business trip about 2 o'clock in the morning for Thrive with her friend and colleague Nicole Atkinson. The Watts Ring doorbell camera would capture her for the last time alive. Before 5 o'clock, she and both the girls would be dead. Nicole would be the one to report everyone missing, not Chris, after Shanann did not answer texts, missed a business meeting, and even an important OB-GYN appointment. After attempting to get Shanann to answer the door, Nicole would call Chris and 911 for a welfare check. She was worried that Shanann could have passed out inside. There was an emergency going on.
She was maybe a diabetic. That's what the neighbor said.
Yeah. So the police show up. They're unsuccessful at getting anyone to open the door. Nicole had the code to the door, but due to a hotel-like lock at the top of the door, they couldn't open it all the way. And then there was a bar in the back sliding glass, and that kept the door from being opened as well.
Okay.
So they were trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of me wonders if all that was done out of precaution, or if that was something that Chris had done to prevent entry into the house.
Oh, I think that's absolutely what it was. He prevented entry. Because he had to come back and he had more stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know?
He didn't want anybody getting in, seeing what's going on.
Yeah. It is odd to have your... Oh, never mind. I'll wait. Sorry.
You're
And
fine.
jump ahead there. Sorry.
So, when the police reached out to Chris to get the garage code, because there was like a little code on the garage, we have one as well, he came up with some excuse that, oh, it's not working, you know, I'll just be home as soon as I can, and took his sweet old time getting there.
You're like 45 minutes away, he said, or something.
Yeah, but it's not like he rushed. I would have been speeding 90 to nothing to get home. I know my husband would have.
Yeah.
I mean, police are going, we need it in your house. Couldn't even pretend to get concerned. Couldn't even pretend. Just like, I'll be there when I get there. You know, this, just give them the code, please. Break a window. Something. This case frustrates me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my best not to cuss, even though we are fans of the cursey words.
God.
My producer over there gives me what looks when we do, so. So once he did arrive, he still had to give the officers permission to go in.
Yeah, he was literally like, did I have permission to come in?
Yeah,
Chris?
and
He's like,
you can see it or hear it in the body cam. He told Nicole Atkinson that, you know, it's still his house. If he says no, I cannot go in.
But she's like a mama bear, like I would be. You can go in my daughter's house and see if she's okay.
Yeah, because she was on
Everybody.
the phone with Shanann's mom.
Yeah.
And you can hear her. You can go and you have permission to go in my daughter's house.
Yeah.
But with Chris being home,
But
unfortunately,
ask him.
he's got to say yes or no. So, but, and, you know, he did let them in, but I bet he was nervous. Ooh, I bet that boy was nervous.
Well, what I want to know is why did he make a pit stop to his car?
That's what
In
I
the
was
garage.
wondering. When they walk in through the garage, you know, her car is there
Yeah.
with the car seat still.
And he opens the passenger
He
side
opens,
door.
and you see him
Front door.
get in there. What's he doing?
Well, you're not looking for your daughters in there.
No.
Or your wife.
No. I mean, there's speculation on that he was getting, you know, the wedding ring or cell phone or getting something out of there. So, but that you know, that's hearsay. It's not clear on camera what it is.
Yeah, she literally said, you have permission to go in my daughter's home.
Yeah. So, you know, at this point, it's been hours since the little family has been seen? Hours. Because we're about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And her appointment was like at 9 o'clock in the morning. But if she was up and at 'em, even he says it. If she was up and at 'em, and she'd be sending messages to her friends, and
she had that business meeting as well. She was constantly on social media. I mean, everything was quiet across
her
the
feet
books.
hit the floor, and she was vlogging.
Yes. And for her not to do that, that's very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he states that
And she wasn't answering Nicole and everything either. And she didn't. She even called the doctor's office, I think, didn't she?
I think she
And
was supposed
asked,
to
hey,
take her
did she
to
come? Well,
Yeah.
I know she was messaging her. And in some of the messages, it was, hey, you all right? Let me know when your appointment's done.
Yeah.
2 hours later, she ain't heard from her.
Not a thing.
It's like, what's up? I'm going to your house.
Yeah, I'm going to show up. You better be there.
Yeah.
You better have an excuse. You better tell me what's going on.
Exactly.
So, you know, he had not seen her since he left for work about 5:15 that morning. And that was the last time he saw her and the girls. You know, he's like, maybe they went for a walk or the park, or she said that she was going to
go to the pool.
Yeah, they were going to do something. You're not going to go to the pool without those baby's car seats. And your car is not going to still be there.
I thought it was like a pool in the area
Still.
of where they lived, you know?
Her
They may
being
not
15
have
weeks
to.
pregnant, I don't see her walking with lupus and
Yeah,
everything.
especially if it was far, though.
Yeah. So, you know, her wedding ring and phone, they're found in the house by Chris. He's like, I got her wedding ring, I got her phone. You know, I'm just like, really? Is that staged?
And did you notice that he did not even know the code? That's why it was turned off.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even know the code.
Yeah, he didn't know his wife's code.
He was like, what's the code? And she's like, your child's birth date. Your unborn son's birth date. Her due date.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Like, how do you
Why'd
know?
she change it?
She had her own suspicions. But we'll get into that. You know, he's the only thing found in the house at this point is the dog. And the dog is unharmed. So, you know,
But isn't her wedding ring on the nightstand, and he comes out with it
on his finger.
on his, like, look what she left.
Yeah. And then, like, her cell phone was found in between couch cushions.
Yeah. And it was off.
Yeah. You know, but this case reminds me a lot of Scott Peterson.
Really?
It does. Just with the pregnant wife going missing, and, you know, the girlfriend, but it's just, it reminds me of that a lot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, you know, here's where I want to discuss the neighbor, you know, his camera on the outside and the body cam footage. Now, all this became more of a big ordeal after the Netflix special American Murder, The Family Next Door. You know, more people paid attention to body cams and what the neighbor had to say, which was very interesting. You know, I don't think that I was aware of the camera picking up Chris moving his truck that morning, and that you could actually see him backing up into the garage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really all you can see. It's not like you can see him physically moving anything in and out. You just see him back
see
up.
shadows.
Yeah, that's it.
And someone is coming in and out that looks like him.
But you can't see physically what he's doing.
Right. You can't see a white sheet.
Yeah. Or two little girls or anything like that.
Because the truck's in the way.
Yes. So, what I want to point out is how Watts is reacting. You know, his hands, and he's standing there watching that camera.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his hands on top of his head, and he's doing this.
He is looking for the exit.
And he's looking around like, oh shit, where am I going to go?
Yep.
You know, this is...
That's exactly his behavior.
Yeah. Which is, you know, not like him. You know. Let me just remind everyone, this is hours after he killed his wife and 2 daughters. We're only at hours at this point.
Yeah.
And so,
Not even 12 hours yet.
Yeah. This is an oh shit moment here. This is, what am I going to do?
And why are you even taking your eyes off of the video? Because you're just thinking like, oh shit, I hope it don't come up.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing comes seen. But he knew it was there.
He knew it was.
He even looks right at it.
That's why he back struck it. Because he normally does not, he just walks straight out to his truck.
And he's the one that said that Shanann wouldn't want me to pull in there because it's right under the girls' room, and there's sound of the truck would wake them up.
Exactly.
So that's why he didn't park there. But
Yeah.
why are you parking there at 5:30 in the morning, 5:20, whatever it was when you drove off? 5:25, I don't remember what time it was, but you're disturbing them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've been pissed.
Yeah.
So, after Watts leaves, the neighbor, Nate Trina Stitch, and I apologize if I say that name wrong, he tells...
Yes, Nate. Leave Nate alone.
I like Nate, I just apologizing for that name. He tells the officer, Officer Coonrod, he's not acting right at all. He's never fidgety. He's never rocking back and forth. And he never talks. So the fact that he's over there blabbing his mouth makes me kind of suspicious of something.
Mm-hmm.
I would be too.
For sure.
So on August 14th, the CBI, FBI become involved. They join the search with boots on the ground and search dogs. So in fact, in the news interview we played at the beginning of this podcast, you can actually hear the dogs in the background. That's what I was kind of like pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you even see Watts react to this on camera. He gets startled. And it's
He's just like, whoa, what do they smell?
Yeah. And it's honestly a little funny to see that.
Yeah.
It's
Squirming.
like, yeah, like
Probably
squirm a little more.
Probably crapped his pants right then.
Yes.
If he didn't, he should have.
So this interview is where you really see the duper's delight come into play. Now, we are not body language experts, but we both enjoy
Never.
watching videos on this. Thank you, Behavioral Panel and Observe.
Great job, guys. Love watching y'all.
Yes. So duper's delight is the delight that people feel when they deceive others. We see this in a lot of known killers. Jodi Arias is one of them. Which, whew, that's another episode, y'all. She's a, whew.
Well, something else.
So according to changingminds.org, there's a common transient pleasure in deception that appears. Typically, we see this in body language such as upturned corners of the mouth, creased eyes, and throwing back of the head. With Watts, we see this in his mouth and his eyes. So for more information on this, y'all, check out the links to the Behavioral Panel and Observe's YouTube channels that we will post in our show notes, YouTube, and Facebook pages. So on August 15th, 2018, the police arrest Watts. This is the date that he is now under arrest.
This is like 2 days later, right?
Yes. So here the lies just keep coming on, people. He opens his mouth and it's just word vomit.
Word salad.
Ooh. I like that. You know, he is just too legit to quit. He fails a polygraph at this point in the interview. You know, he's nervous.
He ought to be.
Yeah, you can hear an obvious change in his pitch when asked a simple question, is your name Christopher? To, did you do something to harm Shanann? Yeah. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. But there is a definite change in his voice.
I'm sure, especially if it was pointed out on someone's channel, you know,
Yeah.
that I've observed or watched.
Yes.
Or behavior panel.
So, the story at this point is, which is horrific, y'all, that after Shanann came home August 13th, there was a fight, and he confessed to having an affair.
So do you think she had confronted him about it? The credit card charge then?
I think that's when everything got confronted, yeah.
Yeah.
But his story right now is, in a fit of rage, Shanann killed the girls, and he in return killed her.
But a lot of people say something about Tammy planting that in his head.
Yes.
But it's a technique that they use.
It is. This is a technique. But that's the story that he's going with.
Okay.
So, let's take a step back. I want to discuss the affair. So,
Sorry about the plane overhead if you can hear it.
sorry guys. So, Watts had been having an affair for a couple of months at the time of the murders. He had told the other woman named Nicole Kessinger, not to be confused with Shanann's friend Nicole Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
So we will refer back to her as Kay or Kessinger from here on out. That he was separated and would soon be divorcing his wife, which we all know is another damn lie.
That's what he told her?
That's what he told her. So, you know, according to Shanann, the two were happily married, or at least on her part they were. Kay at this point didn't even know that Shanann was pregnant. You know, he did eventually mention Bella and CeCe around the 17th of June. And that's when 2 days later that Shanann would post a picture of the first ultrasound on Facebook, you know, saying that Chris was the best dad to us girls that us girls could ask for.
Yep, I remember that.
I guess he forgot, you know, during his selfishness that he was a father. He was thinking with other members of himself.
True.
So, it was over the summer prior to the murders that Shanann noticed her husband growing distant. June 14th is when he would enter Kay's information into his phone, and later that month the two would become more serious. On June 27th, Shanann and the girls fly out to North Carolina and finish out the summer and visit both the families. Although this was not a very happy visit with her in-laws.
So they started seeing each other already, right?
And since it was the perfect opportunity for Shanann to be out of town, that, you know, they started getting closer.
Yeah.
The affair just kind of took off from there. So Chris, he stayed behind to work, but he, you know, would come out at a later date. You know, that's when the affair intensified, and the two become even more closer. Of course, you know, he has free reign to F around all he wants at this point. You know, he's living the bachelor life.
Yeah, because didn't she talk about freezing a bunch of meat, like steaks and type stuff for him while she was gone so he could still eat well?
Yeah.
Like,
you know, he started to withdraw from his wife. He wasn't answering texts or calls. You know, personally, if my husband ignored me, I'd jump on Life 360, not sponsored, and see just where the hell he's at. And be like, okay, why are you there? What's going on? What's up?
yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
You know, if he's not answering me back, we have an issue. I want to know what's going on. You know. So but Chris at this point, he's letting them all just go to voicemail and leaving texts unread, sorry. He doesn't give two shits.
Which explains one of the texts that I remember seeing in the documentary is her saying, basically cussing him out and saying, hey, you know what? You ain't called me one time. It's always me calling you. What is going on?
Yeah.
Why are you treating me different?
Why aren't you checking on me? You know, checking on the children at least.
He said, oh, I fell asleep. Or, oh, I was working out. She's like, damn all that.
Yeah.
I'm your wife.
Yeah. You respond to me here. So, July 4th, 2018, here are where the two different stories start coming out. Which is, the truth is something we may never know. The first being that Kessinger had been to Watt's home for the first time at this point. Supposedly, she went over to help set up his diet, weight loss, and exercise goal. The first story is that she came over, they made lunch, and she left. But in February 2019, when he's speaking to the officers and everything about what really happened, he said that he had spent the night at Kessinger's and woke up to many missed calls and texts from Shanann. He told Kay he had to get home in case she, his wife, called back. You know, Kay at this point would realize that she will always be the other woman. Alright, so July 10th, 2018, signs of tension in the Watts marriage was really showing at this time. Shanann was very frustrated with her husband being so distant with her. So we're going to read some text messages.
Okay. Who are you going to be? You going to be Shanann or your Ma?
You know what? You be Shanann, I'll be Chris.
Okay.
How's that sound? And
sounds good. Okay, Shanann.
And any other text message that we read, I'll keep playing as Chris and you just play as Shanann.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Alright.
No, so you okay? It's like you don't want to talk. I kept trying to talk and I had to dig it out of you.
I'm fine, baby. The last few days at work had put a lot of responsibility on me with new people. I didn't mean to seem short, boo. I love you to the moon and back.
I miss you, and I feel like you just don't want to work out and run. Watts, I guess, claiming that running helped him clear his head and a way to free it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't hear that before.
Yep.
Shanann did not seem to buy any of this. She says, I wish my husband wanted to talk to me. This is all according to official review of their phone and data on July 10th of 2018.
Yeah. All lies at this point. All lies.
Mm-hmm.
So July 14th, Watts and Kay go on a date to a car museum. And again, her calls go unanswered.
Because he's into cars, and so is she.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a
Leave it.
what do I call it? Come on. What would you call it? She's like a
Car guru?
yeah. I mean, she was into cars.
Musclehead?
Too. Yeah, she's a musclehead too. Like
Musclehead.
yeah.
Yeah.
She liked cars too.
Yeah. So
That's something they had in common. I mean,
that would make sense. They'd both go to a car museum. I mean, I enjoy going to car museums. They're interesting to look at.
mhm.
I like old cars, but
I mean, I don't know anything about under the hood, but I know it
I
looks
can
pretty.
look at a pretty car. So July 18th, Kessinger sends Watts semi-nude pics of herself.
Ew.
Yeah. He loved that it felt that he was the one being pursued this time. You know, chased, if you will. You know, he would hide the pics on a secret app in his phone. Yeah.
Oh, was it pics and conversations?
Yeah, he hid
It was-
everything.
He hid
in this,
everything.
like a secret calculator app or something like that. So,
Very shady.
yes. So, excuse me. July 28th, this is the visit to the Great Sand Dunes National Park. You know, the couple posed for several pics, looking all cozy. Ew.
He's like got the bandana over his face and stuff.
Mm-hmm, because of the wind and everything. You know, this was just a 2-day trip for the adulterous couple. So, the best way I could think to call them. I'm sorry, but they are an adulterous couple.
This sounds like something that would be set off Snapped.
God,
This
I love
adulterous couple.
this adulterous couple. This is why she snapped. I love Snapped. So July 30th, a love note is received by Kessinger from Watts. And, you know, it's like, oh, a kiss, a touch, a smile, you know, just all this ooey gooey love stuff. The inside were lyrics from the song Down to Earth by The Roots. I've never heard of it, so
Me either.
I'm not familiar with it. And he signed it with Love, Chris.
This is not puppy love. It's puppy love.
It's not love, it's puppy love. Come on.
I said that wrong, didn't I?
It's okay. It's okay,
It
Miss.
will.
We all know what you
Yeah, I
mean.
know what I mean.
We know what you mean. So July 31st, that's when Watts flew to North Carolina to join his family for the summer vacation. That would not be a joyous occasion. You know, they get into it. They get into another fight because
Like, he didn't even pay any attention to her whenever she got off the plane. He got off the plane with the girls.
Yeah,
And met
no.
the girls over there and walked towards her. She was just like, I want to film it, you know?
yeah, and he didn't.
And he's like,
He wanted no part of that.
he wasn't about to kiss her.
No.
It was about to get posted everywhere.
Yeah, and he definitely didn't want Kessinger to see that.
Right.
Heaven forbid you kiss your own wife.
Mm.
Not what you're supposed to do. So, August 4th, Shanann and Watts have a fight via text. She accused him of not standing up to his parents after his mom exposed CeCe to nuts. This was Nutgate.
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 Yes, I remember about Nutgate.
You know, she accused him, you know, she, like, you didn't stand up to your parents. You know, she put this ice cream out knowing that your daughter is allergic to nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
What do you think?
yeah,
How do you think I should react to this?
you should be upset.
That's what I would ask him. How do you think I should react to this?
Upset. Angry. Who wouldn't be?
I know I would have.
I mean, you could have killed that poor child. You know, she also accused him of not missing her in the time apart. He did tell the investigators that he should have ended the affair,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't. Like, dude, if you knew you should have, you should have done it.
I mean, why are you saying that in anyways?
Yeah, you just throwing it
What's
out
the
there.
point of saying that now?
He's trying to look like a good guy. You know, maybe if he had, he wouldn't be where he is today.
A lot of them wouldn't be there.
That's true. So that same day, Shanann had a fight with her in-laws that caused them to miss out on CeCe's birthday party. Another milestone in life that they missed out.
Wasn't it like 3? She was turning 3.
Yeah,
I think it was her 3.
her third one.
Yeah.
You know, they're at this point. You know,
She's
they're
so
just
cute.
petty.
She's so cute though. She cannot wait to blow that candle out.
Oh, I know.
Everybody was still singing. She's like,
They always get so excited. They're like, "Oh my god, I gotta blow the candle out!"
and
I
then
love
her,
it.
Her mom just starts to giggle and she just leans her head on her mom. She's like, oh my god, she's so cute.
The girls are they're beautiful little girls. Oh my gosh.
They really were.
All right, so you know, part of the reason that he would go on to kill Shanann and the girls is because of that wedge that he claims was being driven in between him and his parents. So, you know, I call bullshit on this. You know, he wanted the easy way out and he was just too chicken shit. That's just my opinion.
I second that opinion.
So I want to read a little text message. It's an exchange between Shanann and a friend of hers. So if you want to read the blue and I will read the gray.
Wait a minute, we said nothing at all?
Yes.
Okay, nothing at all.
Just that he loves the kids.
Did he say that he loves you?
No, he asked me if kids could see his parents, and I said no. I'm standing on my ground. They haven't made contact in 4 weeks. No show to her party, nothing. Nothing said for her birthday.
It's shocking that he hasn't said a word to you about what you said to him. I'm so sorry, honey. He needs to open up and talk to you about everything. You guys need to clear the air and work on it, and then work on the issue with his parents.
That's what it needed to happen. They
Yeah.
needed to sit and talk about it and get it out there in the open. Not let it sit there and fester.
That's right.
So August 7th, you know, that's when she confided in a friend about her marriage problems, discussing on how he won't touch or kiss her. And, you know, she doesn't know what's wrong at this point. You know, he's changed. I don't know who he is.
Said he's not the same man that I met and married 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, he's different. So August 9th, the unhappy couple attend a sauna appointment together. Again, Watts being cold and distant. So at this point, she just canceled the gender reveal party. I mean, why go through with a party when your marriage isn't doing well? I mean, nobody's going to be happy. There's not going to be any fun. She's going to be miserable. He's going to be miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, and everyone could see it. So on August 9th, Shanann leaves for a business trip with Atkinson to Arizona. She claims he was being a better Chris by this point. Best talk yet. You know, before leaving, she would leave a handwritten note and that relationship book to Watts.
Wouldn't he throw it away?
Yeah, it would go unread and he'd just like toss it like it was
in
no
the
big
kitchen
deal.
trash or something, wasn't it?
Yep. So on August 11th, Watts hired a sitter claiming he is going to a baseball game with coworkers. Well, in fact, he was out with a coworker, Kessinger. They were eating at the Lazy Dog. This is where Shanann would become more suspicious of the affair, because she'd looked at the menu and compared their bank statement. You know, she's like, okay, you spent this much money.
Yeah, it was like $63 or something.
Yeah.
She's like, how do you spend that much money by yourself?
Yeah, what did you buy?
Yeah, what
And
did you
then
eat?
You're looking at the menu, and, you know, we've been to the one here in Texas, and, you know, we both were looking, going, there's no way.
I can reach $60 just on beer and fish.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, there's going to be some apps involved, maybe some more drinks, but that's a hell of a lot of beer you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So, on August 12th, Shanann texted a friend what she planned to discuss with her husband upon arriving back at home. You know, she wanted to fix things, make them better, you know, because it was making her crazy. Everything was just, it was driving her nuts not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I can too. Alright, Biss. We're back to that fateful day, August 13th. Watts claimed he was asleep and Shanann initiated sex with him when she came home. Which I have to call bullshit on this, because if I'm mad at my husband, the last thing on my mind is that.
Yeah.
She wanted to have a discussion with him.
Yeah.
She was angry at this point. Now for the truth. Or the truth according to Watts. This is what he claims. You know, obviously we will never know the exact truth, but we're just going on what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he claimed she snapped. Not true. That's not true. He is the one that snapped, strangling her to death. The noise from the struggle, waking their oldest daughter, Bella. What is wrong with mommy?
Mm.
The little
Did they ask that in the house? They asked that in the house, right?
She came in there and asked, because she saw her mom. She's like,
Face down on the bed or something, right?
yeah. And she's like, what is wrong with mommy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this little girl watched her daddy wrap up her mother's body in the bed sheet, drag her to his truck, and put her in the floorboard.
Right, but how does that happen when he's supposedly already done something to them? And he
thought
wakes
he
up.
did something. They weren't unalived.
I mean, he already said something about
He said that he had smothered them, I believe.
yeah,
But-
and that she got up and came in there, and it was you get the thud of her going down the stairs.
Yeah. I know.
That is so
I've got chills, y'all. Chills.
it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Man.
You know, my heart breaks. Especially if this little girl sat there and watched that. August 13th, about 5:27 in the morning. This is when this neighbor's surveillance would capture Watts backing his truck up and loading up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to be harsh, but this is when he shoved her body into the floorboard and then put the girls on the bench seats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were, at this point, they were alive.
Yeah, and their feet were practically on top of their mommy.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, he then drives out to his work site and oil site, Survey 319.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need everyone to take a big deep breath. Our trigger warnings are in place. We're getting into some dark stuff. Shanann would be thrown in a shallow dug grave where she would have a coffin birth. That's where they give birth after death. The girls each would be strangled and shoved through a hatch door that was only 8.
Strangled or suffocated? Wait a minute.
It
This
says
is news
strangled.
to me.
Strangled.
What?
Yes, I read that he strangled them.
So what is he talking about in his
I think
interrogation
suffocated
of
in
putting
bed.
a blanket over her in the truck? And
I think to help carry her up. Maybe he didn't want to look at her little face. Excuse me, y'all, my nose is a little runny today. Pollen's hot in Texas. But the hatch door was only 8 inches in diameter. 8 inches.
so you know what that means, right?
He had to physically force them down.
You had to break bones.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it is. So according to the medical examiner, Bella had scratches on her buttocks, and there were pieces of blonde hair on the edge of one of the hatches.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. A
Yeah.
hair on there?
Yeah, there was blonde hair on the...
I mean, I can't even get past like the image that someone put in my head of like, did he stomp them in there?
That's the images that are in my
Oh.
head that he did that.
That is so horrific.
It's horrific. It makes me want to cry.
I mean, I can only hope that they were both out
I hope
for real
for real, yeah,
before that started happening.
that they didn't feel a thing at this point. So on August 21st, Watts was officially charged with 3 counts of murder, including an additional 1 count per child, death of a child who had not yet attained 12 years of age, and the defendant was in a position of trust.
It should have been like young 12 and younger.
That is what the charge
I mean,
was.
what is the difference?
They're still in a very position of trust. They're not teenagers. Teenagers, I assume, they're meaning more independent.
I guess that makes sense.
Also, unlawful termination of a pregnancy and 3 counts of tampering with deceased human body. He was denied bail at his first appearance. At a later date, it was set to $5 million with a request of 15% to be put down. So, November 6th, he pled guilty to the murders. The death penalty was not sought out as requested by the Ruchaks. They did not wish any further deaths. They, however, did support his plea agreement. So that's why we had no trial. We had no jury trial. It went straight.
Sandy is an amazing woman, though.
She truly is. That's a very strong woman. A very strong woman.
For sure.
November 19th, Watts is sentenced to 5 life sentences, 3 consecutive and 2 concurrent, without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 48 years for the unlawful termination of pregnancy and 36 years for the 3 charges of tampering with a deceased body.
So that just because of moving them.
Yes.
He was tampering with them when they were dead.
And this began immediately. December 3rd, he is moved out of Colorado due to security concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to kill him.
You think?
He's currently at Dodge Correctional Institute, which is a maximum security prison in, and I apologize for butchering it, Waupun, Wisconsin. So,
You know who else is there?
Who?
I think Daryl Brooks.
Really?
I think so.
I'm gonna have to look up inmates that are there. That'd be
I think
interesting.
He's one of them.
So he's still loved and supported by his parents. And after the Netflix special came out, he became very popular with the ladies.
Ew.
Many writing to him thinking he was very handsome, and others showing compassion. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
He is apparently a very popular pen pal. No thanks. There's others I would rather write to that I have a million questions for, but he's not one of them. I could care less. Shanann, the girls, and Nico are all buried under the Ruchak name in the Bethesda Cemetery in Aberdeen, North Carolina. According to findagrave.com, you can leave a virtual memorial for the family.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I went and did that for her.
You did?
I did.
That's so cool.
And I'm going to leave one in the name of our podcast.
Okay.
Just giving them love.
For sure.
Like we were saying, it's a very beautiful grave.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So where's Nicole Kessinger?
Who cares?
No one knows at this point. She did what Casey Anthony should have done. Disappeared.
God, why couldn't she disappear?
Okay, my crime crazy people. I need y'all to breathe. I need you to really breathe. Like I said, this has been a very dark case, and we have come to the conclusion of it. I'm going to leave you with a quote. They shared a doom against which virtue was no defense. Truman Capote in Cold Blood. Now, I'd like to end things a little different with a video of Bella singing a song to her daddy. And I would like to say that I hope this song is played every day in Chris Watts' cell and that he hears it in his sleep 24 hours a day. Y'all join us next week as we discuss a new case that is swirling around in our heads. If y'all have a case you would like for us to discuss, shoot us an email at veilofhumanity@gmail.com. Alright, my crime crazy people, we will be back next week with a brand new episode. To see all of our source material, please consult the show notes. Don't forget to click that subscribe follow button and follow us on our social media at Bella and Humanity Podcasts, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Hosted by Kimberly Taylor and
Melonie Yelvington.
Produced and music by Courtney Santos. Edited by Courtney Santos and Xavier Foster. A Bronc Bay Production. Okay, Bronc, tell them we will see them again next week.